Guess who's finally back in Florida after how many days did you spend away in the last month?
I think I've been home for 6 days.
That's crazy.
4 different trips just in a row, back to back to back.
But the one was the scariest though, for sure, right?
Yeah, Bentonville Bike Fest was pretty much like the gnarliest trip I've ever been on. I was in Bentonville for like 7 days. We got there on a Wednesday. We left on the next Tuesday, and then, so 6 days, sorry. But yeah, I pretty much survived.
Yeah, but what was the scariest thing, would you say, of your trip? Was it running into somebody at full speed on your mountain bike and crashing, or was it surviving a tornado? What would you say?
I'm going with surviving a tornado for sure.
Which one hurt more?
Ooh.
Come on. You didn't get hurt in the tornado.
I could have, though.
But
I
you
could have.
didn't.
I didn't, but I could have. Yeah, clearly the bike crash hurt a lot more. I like destroyed my brand new helmet. Bought a brand new $120 helmet, and the thing's like dented in right now. I smacked my head so hard, and I haven't like blacked out that many times on my bike, and this is probably the
So that was the worst you hit your head? Like,
yeah.
Wow.
I haven't done that in a very, very, very long time.
Here's the clip right here. Enjoy.
Oh, shit.
What do you got to say about that situation? Let's just be honest. What happened?
What I gotta say is sorry to the guy who I hit. I was in the lead. I let this guy pass me while I was catching my breath, and I was like, all right, I know where I'm the fastest on this course, and he wanted to go past me, so I was like, sure, go ahead. So I basically followed him right into this rock section. I was like kind of one of the only people jumping it, and I was like, I will fly past him on this next section. And I came in hot, and he like jammed the brakes and just moved over from the left side to the right side of the course. I was gonna like hop on by him all cool, and it was the least cool thing I could have done. And I just pretty much ran right into him and smacked my head and broke my derailleur, pretty much just broke my whole bike. Everything, bars were twisted. It was a nightmare. But we were both okay. He got up and qualified. I laid there for a second, finally got up, realized my bike was broken. And that was the end of my cross country race.
All right, so that was definitely a more painful one, but which one was more scary, would you say?
The scary one was the tornado.
So there was no warning about this at all, right?
No.
You had no idea this
We had
tornado
no
was
idea that anything was going on. A lot of people were actually over at like a party. There was like a party going on, and we just didn't feel like going. And I woke up in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m., to golf ball size hail, like smacking the house. The most amount of rain that I've pretty much ever seen, and heard the rest of the Mongoose guys like talking in the living room, and it felt like a weird dream kind of thing. And then
So you weren't fully awake, you're saying?
no,
You were
I just like had to go to the bathroom, and you know when you could just like sleepwalk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So like I was the first one to bed, so I figured they were just still awake watching a movie or whatever, and
And it turns out that they weren't watching Twister.
no, thank God they weren't. That would have been really ironic. But I tried to go back to bed, and then next thing you know, I felt like the whole house shake, and I felt like just craziest noise on the roof, and I was like, that's enough for me. And I got up and like walked out, and I was like, guys, and they were already like about to walk in my room. So I was laying in a bunk bed, and they were about to walk in the room, and they're like, "Do you feel it? Whatever." Like we're all kind of freaking out, like waking everybody else up, and we like huddled in the living room.
And it was like pitch black at this time?
Pitch black. We had no power or anything. There was nothing going on. It's 1 a.m. So I walk back in the room, and I look out the window, and I see just like leaves and everything, and I'm like, that looks weird. And then while we're in the living room, one of the guys like, dude, the tree fell. And I was like, well, that makes sense what that noise just was. Pretty much the biggest tree hit both our house and the house next door, and just like,
But it hit exactly where your room is.
literally exactly where I was sleeping. So me and Brandon,
crazy.
me and Brandon Hopkins were in a bunk bed. And so like this tree, if it hit just our house, could have 1000% like ruined mine and Brandon's day.
And life.
Like it would have been so bad, and I hate to even think about it because
Yeah,
it
you're
didn't
right.
happen. So I don't want to say what could
Sure.
have been, but like we were so unbelievably lucky. The tree didn't even like get into the house, which was so awesome. I mean, all it did was rip the siding off of the house.
That's
and
insane.
Whatever, and I hate, you know, it sucks to hear, and I'm sure a lot of people went through some crazy situations, but we are so thankful that nothing more than that happened.
Wow, what a month, man.
It was just insane. It's
Well,
seriously insane.
I'm glad that you're all good. I'm glad that you're back in Florida. I'm glad that we get to finally ride this BMX bike again.
It's
I mean,
been a
I
while.
just got back. That's the reason why I went to New Jersey. Are you excited to go back to New Jersey with me in a few weeks?
I can't wait.
Like we're only going in like what, about 3 weeks now?
It's
like,
coming up
Not
quick.
even a month.
I cannot wait to
Yeah.
be back home. I can't wait to see Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I
got to hang out with him a bunch.
I was so jealous of that you in Brooklyn video. Like, I just was like, I just miss Brooklyn so
Yeah.
much. And I can't wait for him to work on my bike for a little bit. This thing's feeling rougher than anything.
I think he'll do it. So, well, let's get riding right now. And in honor of Brooklyn, we'll do a Brooklyn-inspired trick. Whichever one you want that Brooklyn does, you can do something similar.
I can't do any of this.
And it's gonna be a tricky one. Just do something first, and then we'll get going. He's got a bug in his eye. Is it a bug? Yeah. It's that gnat season right now. There are bugs everywhere. I know you guys can't see it. I'm not even gonna try. They're microscopic, but if you're riding, you get stuck in your eye. It's pretty crazy.
Check it.
Oh,
Look
dude.
at my eye. Just sucked the blood in my eye.
He's been working on that for like the last 4 minutes.
But I got it. I feel a lot better, kind of.
It's crazy. Time to get the first trick since he's got no bugs in his eyes.
For BK.
Oh, that was good. That's really good.
So scary.
He makes it look a lot easier. What did you think about our hop video?
Sound a lot more aggressive because it goes.
Yeah, you're right. It does get a little hectic when he's
My
riding.
brakes barely work. This thing's rough.
Your bike's, well, I mean, you haven't ridden this one in a little while, right?
But it's also been ridden for a long time. I'm building up a new bike.
Yeah. Can you do good backwards double pegs?
Pretty good, yeah.
Let's get a good solid one. Let's see one where you can slide a good amount. I said a good one.
Alright.
That was weak sauce.
Getting used to it, okay?
Did I say weak sauce? Why? I never even used that term in my life. Oh, that was better, but you gotta lean into the ramp. I'm gonna go over there. Decent, but I feel like you can go a little bit more, man. Like, I mean, that does count, but... Yeah, you gotta lean more into the ramp. That was nice. I like that one. Good job. All right, just called Matty out on this one. Trying to use this setup to try to do something cool with it. You can see it has that little bit of transition on there. Seeing if you could hop up over nice and smooth. And then do a trick into the Euro would be sweet. Is that bar spin? Yo, Matt. Next trick, we're going to be using this Euro. I called out something nice and technical for Matty. Oh! How did you survive that? That was insane. It's supposed to look a little better than that. Oh, that was clean that time. It's kind of crazy. I just suggested a trick that's on his list. In a way, you actually have a tougher version, but I feel like mine's a good practice version.
A full cab 2 slider would be pretty sick.
Yeah, we're going for this big bank right here.
It's like 180 or something out of here. Full cab.
That'd be great.
And then somehow land slider.
I think it'll be good for
And it
you.
might just spin right out and might be able to,
It might just be perfect.
like I might be able to hold it and like actually go back for a little
Just
bit.
give it a try and see what happens.
Or it might just look like a fake 540.
But I think it's a good trick to safely challenge
That'd be
you
sick.
on your first day back on your BMX bike after a traumatic situation.
This will be very, very challenging.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
I gotta find my timing.
Yeah,
Like
your timing's
land
just a
and
bit off. Oh! Oh, that was it! But I think you have a good idea of what needs to happen now. on that
No,
one.
now I feel like I know when to like turn the bar and everything. But it's just such a big bank that I don't think my body's ready to like throw myself backward.
Yeah, I can get that.
Because I'm kind of scared still.
All right, let's do this one. It's gonna be cool. Oh!
I don't know how I hung on to that for that long.
It
I
was
like landed
good.
at such a weird spot. It was like over the
I
handlebars.
didn't think it was gonna work, and then it locked in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
I was ready for it to like go out one direction and somehow locked in.
insane.
Can't
Come on.
believe I failed that.
Yo, heck yeah, that. Congrats on that one,
That was
dude.
pretty good.
That's a really clean looking trick. If you can get that thing all worked out, get your trick that you want to do into it beforehand,
I
that's
just
gonna
don't
make it
know how I'm
awesome.
gonna do a 900 foot
Yeah, into that.
to fakie.
Yeah, you'll figure it out just like you usually do.
Can't believe I wrote that down while I was sleeping.
And a tornado was happening.
And a tornado was happening. I just felt like I need to make a trick called a twistered.
Well, I'm glad that you're all good. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that we can start filming again. We're gonna go do some fun stuff.
I'm happy to be back,
And today is just to prove that we're all good.
Let's go. I'm ready.
That's what this video is about. Yeah, it feels good to be back in Florida, but it feels really hot to be back in Florida at the same time. But we're excited to get back to work. And like I said, we have a lot going on this month. I have X Games, and Maddie also has X Games at the end of the month.
Games.
Right after X Games, we are going to New Jersey. We're gonna be staying there for a couple weeks, and we're gonna have so much fun filming. It's just gonna be great. So there's a lot to look forward to on the channel for us and also for you. So guys, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.